Welcome back, everyone, to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as we continue our way through this 1900 German campaign. It is December of 1913, and we have 4 new battleships and 15 new destroyers on the way. We are bound and determined to get the tide turned and finish the British off. We'll see if that happens. We've got an ambush mission available to us. It's 4 destroyers against a heavy cruiser and a destroyer. I actually like that. We've got one of our newest destroyers and then 3 of our kind of mid-range ones that we've got. So let's see if we can get in there and hunt this heavy cruiser down and take out another one of his bigger ships. Just 1 destroyer for the enemy, and looks like we're going to get right into the action here. That's the heavy cruiser right there. So this is a really kind of a perfect situation here that we're going to get at him this quickly. I want to get into a tight formation if I can. We've got the V-39 in the lead, which means our best destroyer, the one with the longest range torpedoes, is all the way in the rear. That's not necessarily ideal, but I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off the torpedoes until we get a little closer so I can have a little bit of control over when they get fired. I'm going to turn toward him to try and lower my profile and make it a little harder to hit me. I'm not really going to worry too much about that destroyer, who apparently has already taken a bunch of damage. And darn it, just like that, we're going to have to detach this one. I'm going to go ahead and turn on their torpedoes to normal so we can try and get them fired as quickly as possible. He already took damage. I'm also going to put him on AI, though it looks like he's about to sink. He got a really good shot on that one. He may survive. 4 torpedoes in the water, going at the destroyer, which means they have no chance of success whatsoever. Alright, I'm going to go straight at this guy. He's firing at the rear one, the one that's got the best tech. This is kind of interesting. Why did I end up with 2 detached? I guess I did. Alright, that's fine. He's paying no attention whatsoever to the V-33. So we might have a chance to get right up on him here. I just heard some torpedoes in the water. Oh, it's him. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Actually, may be better to just go straight here. Okay, let's put them on save so they'll start aiming. I think we can nail him from here. Hopefully they'll turn fast enough. They're almost there. There they go. Torpedoes in the water. You get out of here. Let's put these guys on safe. Though I should nail this guy with all 4 of these. And that might be enough. Oh yeah, beautiful. V-33, well done. 4 hits. All along the hull, which means a nice amount of flooding throughout the entire ship. We've got 2 more on the way from V-30. It's a tougher angle, though. Boy, he's really listing. Look at that. That should be enough for a sinking, but you never know. We do have some more on the way. I think these 2 are probably going to miss, but the first 2 are going to have a chance to hit. That first one's going to miss to the rear. Oh, Sydney's down. Perfect. All right. Nicely done, everybody. D45, that's our newest, is actually taking a decent amount of damage here. But honestly, his destroyer is rather secondary as far as targets go. But since we're here, we may as well try and take him down. So I'm going to put on AI for everybody for the time being. Why on earth they fired those torpedoes, I have no idea. So a really strange thing happening here. The Speedy was sitting completely still. He wasn't even moving. So I fired torpedoes at him, and then he finally started moving. He was going 0 knots. Now he's got it all the way up to 16. And he appears to be running away from me. My DDV-45 has been sitting with all 3 engines damaged and basically going completely nowhere for the last little while. But it looks like he's finally going to disengage and run away. Okay, so V-45 takes some medium damage, as does Speedy. But more importantly, we sank the Sydney. That's a 12,000-ton heavy cruiser. 744 more British sailors are taken out. I don't know why the victory points and outcome are showing as undecided. There we go. 700 for us, 163 for... Wait, now it's saying the V-45 was sunk and the Speedy was sunk. Seems like a glitch or something. I don't know what happened there, but we'll take it. 22 heavy cruisers to his 14, and we're going to have double the number of battleships when our 4 new ones are made available to us. So let's move in that direction. I don't like a battle with 4 destroyers against a battleship, so that's one we'll auto-resolve and take our chances with. Medium damage to the Mark Graf, but we sank one of his destroyers and did heavy damage to 2 more. Now here's a one-on-one battleship duel. The Agincourt versus the Westfalen. I do hope we can fight this one, but I have a feeling like most one-on-one battleship duels, he will probably run away. Alright. He's going to fight. So we only have 10-inch guns on this battleship. Our new battleships that we're working on right now are going to have the bigger guns. But what we lack in firepower, we certainly have in armor. I'm going to slow down my speed a little bit. Try and improve that 0.8% accuracy that we've currently got. We also don't have torpedoes on these ones. These are not the best battleships that I ever designed. And we've only got 302 shells of the 10-inch. I don't know what size he's got. I haven't seen any hits land yet, so I can't really determine that until we identify him, which is coming soon. Whoa, he lost 214 crew from a 4-inch shell? Well, that's certainly going to hurt his performance. Wow. He's down to 5... Well, he didn't lose... Oh, yeah, he did lose 214. He's down to 572. That was 27% of his crew lost in that one 4-inch shell. It didn't even do any damage. Wow. We're not really seeing much penetration either. I may change to HE just to see if we can kill some more of his crew with some high explosive shells. Maybe we can at least weaken his ability to do me harm. We're at 17% chance now to hit. This is where I wish I had torpedoes. Alright, that doesn't appear to be working. Let's go back to AP. It's basically a broadside duel at this point. We're going to trust that our belt armor can hold him here. Ooh, that hurt. Serious flooding damage going on right now. Oh, but we just got an ammo detonation. He's toast. What was that? The 10-inch main belt, ammo detonation, and just like that. Beautiful. One-on-one battlefield duel, or battleship duel. We sank the ship, killed the crew. Boy, those first two battles have gone really, really well. We've taken out a battleship and a heavy cruiser. Very little in the way of losses of our own to show for it. That puts him down to 7. Like I said, we've got 4 more. We've got 4 that are repairing and 4 more that are being built. So really only 4 active battleships at the moment. There's also a convoy mission here. I think we'll auto-resolve that one. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a lot of destroyers going after one battleship. I don't know if there's any chance our battleships... Oh, they did survive. Heavy damage, but they sank 2 destroyers and damaged a whole bunch more. That would never happen if I fought that battle for myself. Now, 1 destroyer going up against 2 light cruisers and 7 transports does not feel like a winning proposition for me. So looking at our financial situation, we're down to a pretty low number in our crew pool. We're also pretty low on transport, so we're going to have to do something about that. But we don't have a lot in the way of budget right now, so I think what we're probably going to have to do is take a look at our fleet and see what we might be able to eliminate. And I'm going to start with, I think, well, those battleships are decent. I'm going to scrap these 3 oldest light cruisers. We still have 30 to his 38. We have 50 destroyers to his 42. We're about to have double the battleships that he has. And we've got a decent number more of heavy cruisers too. Our battleships are still not quite done. Here's another one-on-one battleship duel. We couldn't possibly get lucky enough to have this work twice, could we? I mean, we got to try. Okay, he's coming to fight. We're going to take our chances and see if we can't make this happen twice. Mark Graf, so I mean, we're dealing with the same battleship here as far as what we're up against. I think it's probably the same too. 10-inch guns. I'm going to slow down. Try and get the accuracy going. I doubt we would get lucky enough to get another... Whoa! So the same thing happened again. It's saying that the first 6-inch shell that hit caused him to lose 216 crew. I'm starting to think that maybe he just doesn't have enough crew for these ships, and that's how many he's starting out down. Because it just seems crazy that that would work twice in a row like that. So I think he's just, because we've killed so many of his crew throughout the war, I think he's just struggling to have enough. So we've got some engine damage here. We're 1.7 kilometers, 8% chance to hit. We're just going to shoot it out and see what happens. Once again, we're taking some significant flooding damage to start. But again, I'm trusting that my belt armor is better than his at close range. In fact, let me see if we can take a look at that. What's his armor look like? So his main belt's 11.5. My main belt... Oh, actually, he has more main belt than I do, but it's that secondary belt. Oh, no, he's got more of that, too. He's also got 10-inch guns. Huh. So he's actually got slightly more protection than I do. So it's certainly possible he could score one of those ammo detonation hits on me. But we've got a decent amount of flooding going on the Renown right now. I am trying to cross his T if I can here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just a little bit worried about this close range. Oh, he's got torpedoes too, so that's also a problem. Because he can put a torpedo in the water at really close range like this. So I'm going to start turning really quickly here. Oh, and we got him. Wow. So these, I tell you what, I was kind of down on this model of battleship that only has the 10-inch guns, but they are 2 for 2 going one-on-one against. Now, if we compare the two, you can see he's got, these are $6 million battleships with cadet training, few bulkheads, and then of course you can see the armor. He's got a slightly higher top speed, but I've got regular crew training, also few bulkheads, less engine horsepower. Honestly, I'm really surprised that I'm 2 for 2 on those, but that's 2 British battleships that are now out of action. He's down to 6. I'm about to be at 16. We've got a significant edge on victory points. I've got to believe we're going to be blockading him again here pretty soon. Okay, we've got our new battleship. So here's the situation now. 16 battleships for the German Empire to the 6 for the British. 22 heavy cruisers to 15. He does have me on light cruisers, 42 to 30. I've got him on destroyers, and of course he's got these 49 torpedo boats, which have to be just desperately old technology at this point. Financially now, we are kind of hurting at the moment. We are very, very low on crew pool. I'm looking to see if any of our ships are currently mothballed because we didn't have enough crew for them. Does not appear to be the case. I may go ahead and scrap one or two of my oldest battleships at this point, just because we've got such a lead on those. Okay, we've got 1,000 in our crew pool now. Well, look at this. It's going to happen again. Another one-on-one battleship duel. So the Helgoland is going to be the one going up against the London this time. Okay, we're in visible range now. And let's see if we can do the same thing for the 3rd time in a row. If we take out a 3rd one of his battleships and we get to the place where we've got nearly a 5-to-1 advantage in battleships, that's just devastating to the British Empire, I would think. Alright, we're going to slow down. We're just going to keep using the same strategy until it doesn't work. I don't know if this is the same. That one appears to have bigger guns. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe those are 10s. The London, yep. It's exactly the same as those other ones. So we've had the same type of battleships in these duels all 3 times. Let's hope for the same result. The difference is, this time he didn't lose 200 crew in the first salvo. That's the only difference this time. But maybe that makes a huge difference. We'll see. Once again, we're taking some flooding damage right off the bat. I don't know why I created these battleships with few bulkheads. I don't really ever like to do that. We've also caused significant flooding damage for him. And he's got 2 engines down. He's got a fire on his secondary tower. That's interesting. Man, we are in so super close. I am worried about his torpedoes, though. So I'm going to start turning away. Man, we are half a kilometer away. I mean, that's a quarter mile. 400 yards. 400 meters, technically. Which I think is 440 yards. But, man, the London has been torn up. Though she is lasting longer than the other ones did. And we've taken a lot of flooding ourselves right in the center of our ship. Come on, don't let them get away. We got 3 engines out. I'm worried if they turn and get their back to me, that might be where their torpedoes are. Come on, baby. That might be enough flooding to sink it. I think we got them. Man, that's 3 battleships. Yes. My goodness. How devastating is this for the British Navy? So we're up 3-1 now on battleships. 15-5. My goodness. I can't believe we're not blockading them at this point. We've got them 48,000 to 29,000 on victory points. How is this war still going on? Oh, that doesn't look real promising. All those torpedo boats against a battleship. That'll be another one that has to go into repair. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and retire the Gneisenau and the Wittelsbach, as well as these 3 oldest heavy cruisers. We're going to save some money. I might also retire some of these really old destroyers. So that's going to save us on some funds, which we're needing the funds right now. You can see he's got us on light cruisers, but we're good kind of on everything else. Oh yes, here we go again. But this time, I think this is one of my newer battleships. This is a 14,500 ton. No, that's got to be an older one. I think my newer ones are bigger than that. But it's definitely not the same tech as the others. And I feel like we're probably at a place where we need to design some new ones. No, this is one of the new ones. It's got the 13-inch guns. These are those sleek ones that I made that I used the older style hulls because I could get the big 13-inch Mark II guns on. So this is going to be interesting. We're going from the 10-inch guns that we had on the other ship to 13s here, but we've also got significantly more belt armor on these ones. So it's going to be interesting. This is the first time I'm trying out these new battleships against his. Alright, we're starting to make our move here. We are still 5 kilometers out, and we already took a significant hit from his 10-inch guns. It damaged one of my... actually destroyed my funnel. But looks like we're still moving at flank speed, but I am worried about engine efficiency at this point. But we land a couple of these 13-inch shells, and we're gonna do a number on them. But I do want to get in close. We have fewer crew on one of these newer battleships. It's smaller altogether. We got some fires going. That concerns me a little bit. But you can already see that even at this distance, the accuracy is significantly better. 2.5 kilometers out. We're already at 10% in climbing. We've got our ladder aiming going on right now. We also put a couple of torpedoes in the water, which we have on this one. Well, 1 torpedo. You see that first hit already did 141 damage. I think that torpedo may hit him. He does not appear to be maneuvering in such a way that tells me he's not going to get hit by it. Beautiful. And that's an 18-inch torpedo. And now here come the 13-inch guns. Implacable just got lit up. One or two more of these 14-inch or these 13-inch shells could do it. But look at those fires breaking out on the whole front of the ship. Oh, that was a big hit. Looking at my info here, we do have standard bulkheads on this one, so that's better. Oh, those 13s. Dang. Look at the damage. He's got some major fires in the center of his ship, major flooding going on. Here comes our next volley from the 13 salvo, I guess you'd call it. These might be enough to finish them off. We'll see where they hit. Oh, yeah. Not as much damage that time, but that's only because there's already been so much damage. He does have torpedoes, so let's be a little bit careful of that. The flooding's starting to catch up now. Almost every compartment's flooded. I think we got him. There it is. Another British battleship down. Man. These one-on-one duels are all going in my favor. He's down to just 4 battleships. Okay, we're finally back at a place financially where we're in good shape. So we need to design some more ships and get them going. But I want to look at research and where we're at on that, because I just finally started putting some money back into research. But it doesn't appear that anything's particularly close at the moment. But I do want to build some more heavy cruisers. Let's go to our design. I don't think we've had really any new technology. Although that last heavy cruiser tech was 1908. So I think we are ready for a new heavy cruiser tech. It's been a while since we built one. Armored Cruiser 2. Man, I wish I had some new hulls. Our last heavy cruiser was the Saxony, which was also 11,000 tons. It had 9-inch guns and 4-inch guns and underwater torpedo tubes. We're probably looking at doing the same here. We can go to 10s, but these 9s are Mark 3s. At 5,000 meters, they have a 2.4% accuracy. These ones are only 1.4. I like the idea of the 9s. I definitely want torpedo launchers. We can only do underwaters. I like having the many bulkheads. At least anti-torpedo 1. Get the Citadel protection, get a little anti-flood going. How's that put us on engine efficiency? 37%. Well, we're going to have to sacrifice some speed, which will also give us some additional weight. Still only 50%. What if we get a third funnel on there? That gets us to 78%. We may just have to accept that as the best we're going to get. 18-inch torpedoes. I do want to improve the guns as best I can. Since we have a lot of protection, I don't mind going to the ballistite propellant. How about heavy shells? We're almost up on a weight. That I don't care for a whole lot. I want to drop a little more speed. And then take up that main belt all the way to 8 inches. Get a little bit of deck armor there. Oh, we don't have any secondaries on this thing. You know what? We're going to go with a design that just has the 9-inch guns and nothing else. We'll build a few of those. Basically armored tanks for heavy cruisers is what they are. They're about the same price as the last ones we made, but they're 7 knots faster than the last class. And they have slightly bigger guns. Alright, let's build 5 of those. Shall we do it again? The Mark Graf versus the Britannia. Another one-on-one duel. I keep thinking at some point he's got to win one of these, right? He can't go down to 3 battleships. So this is back to our models that are 16,000 tons and have the 10-inch guns, which have done most of the work on these battleship duels. All right. We're coming in at 5 kilometers. My newer battleships spot the enemy a lot sooner than these ones do. But that's okay. We haven't landed a hit yet. Once we get a little closer, we'll slow down. Start trying to zero in these guns. So the ladder aiming is basically a system by which we slowly narrow the focus and eventually improve our chances to hit. Oh, there's a hit from his 10-inch gun. We're up to 7.5% chance to hit. Well, we were. We keep having trouble with the ladder aiming. Oh, there we go. We finally got it locked in. Target acquired. 13% now. 1.4 kilometers out. Might this be the time he finally gets the best of me on one of these battleship duels? A lot of secondary hits going on right now. Although you can see a lot of his are not penetrating. Man, we're getting close. So take a look for just a second at the number of times I've been hit already by his secondaries. But they've done very little damage, although he has caused at least 1 fire. But again, I'm worried about the torpedoes here. I did see a pop-up about one of his torpedo tubes being damaged, but that doesn't mean it's the one on this side that's in position to hit me. Look at that ricochet. Another broadside duel here. Alright, that one hurt a little bit. Ooh, but that's an ammo detonation, buddy. Look at the fires raging on the front of that ship now. Took out his forward gun. Everything's on fire up front. Now, if we get a ammo detonation on the rear, that'd really do things in for him. Let's watch this flooding and see if there's any chance that it spreads. It does seem to be increasing. His pumps are not getting on top of it so far. I've got some damage to my steering and to my engine. I've taken a decent amount of flooding too, if you look at my ship. But I think we've got them. That's another Battleship Duels. Duel going my way. Unreal. Don't you run. Get back here. We just need a little more flooding. I've taken quite a bit myself, though. Bigger problem for me right now, of course, is the engine damage. So he might have a chance to run away on this one, which would be really unfortunate, as close as I had him. A lot of engine damage, a lot of flooding damage for me right now. And that's because these ships have the few bulkheads, so the flooding spreads pretty good. I've lost 100 crew, which is nearly as many as he's lost. But he's getting away. Need to score a lucky hit. Okay, engine repaired. We're up to being able to do 10 knots. He's only able to do 6 right now, so we can catch him. At least for the time being. The pursuit begins. Now we're up to 11 knots. We're slowly getting our speed back. He's at 6.2. Alright, slowly but surely catching up. We're up to 13 knots now. He's at 6.2 still. We've closed to 1 kilometer. Giving me the option to end the battle, which I certainly don't want to do right now. I need to finish off this battleship. We cannot let them repair this thing. 0.8 kilometers out now. I'm going to come right up alongside him. Let's go ahead and start turning so we can get our rear turret going. Should be able to get a decent amount of accuracy at this point. It's 20% even without the ladder aiming complete. So once we're locked on, we should get a decent firing solution. It's a tough angle, though. There's a lot of ricochets going to happen at this angle. Alright, 30% chance to hit. We just lost some steering. Ooh, and some flooding happening, too. Not a fan of that. Dang. The flooding's pretty serious. We're at 6%. Ooh. If he penetrates another compartment, we're done. We're down to 2%. No, 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 no. No way is he going to come back and take me out. We cannot let that happen. Dang. That was a ricochet, thankfully. I cannot believe. There we go. Come on, baby. Pump that water out. He's only got one working gun. It just happens to be the one on the rear. Thankfully, our pumps are on it. We're just not getting a lot of success right now in our shots. Alright, we finally just got a really nice hit on him. I don't know that it's enough flooding to sink, but it's gonna be close. Yeah, it is. We got him. Oh, wow. That was a tough one. By far the toughest fight we've had. The Kaiser Wilhelm der Grosse had a really rough time with that one. We lost 200 crew, but the end result's the same. Another British battleship is sunk. That puts him down to 3, to R13. Just incredible. Now, we do have 2 that are repairing. We also have 5 new heavy cruisers on the way. I just can't believe that we haven't done enough to end this. Here comes another one. This time it's going to be 17,000 versus 17,000. So these are the big boys. We can knock him down to 2 battleships in his fleet. And this will be our last battle, I think, for this episode. It's just been nothing but one-on-one battleship duels. This is one of my 12-inch gun battleships. So this is actually one we haven't used in any of these duels. Now, this one does not have the 4-belt armor protection that the others do. It's got a ton of aft belt. This was a peculiar design that I had. So I think we're going to be better off to be going away from them with this one. This one does have 24 knots of speed, though, so this is a fast battleship, and it has torpedoes. It's a little different this time around. Well, that time, he was not interested in fighting, so we're going to wrap it up right there. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I don't know what we need to do to win this campaign, but man, we've got to be close. So let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Hit that like button if you would. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.